Imagine, you're in the water. Maybe a pool, a lake, or the ocean. Everything feels completely normal, there's a cool breeze, gentle waves rolling in, and you're fully confident that you can swim. You've swum plenty of times before, so there's nothing to worry about. You relax and move further in, going a little deeper into the water. Everything still feels under control. Then suddenly, something goes wrong. Maybe a cramp hits your leg, maybe the current turns out to be stronger than you expected, or maybe your energy just starts to run out. Whatever the reason, one thing is certain, your body immediately goes into panic mode. From here, something begins that most people don't fully understand. The human body activates an ancient, automatic system, one that has been with us for millions of years, dating back to our earliest ancestors. This system exists for one purpose only, to keep you alive. It wants to save you, but it also knows something critical: if water reaches your lungs, everything could be over in just a few minutes. You start to drown. But here's a major misconception that needs to be cleared up: what movies and TV shows show you is completely different from reality. In real life, there's no screaming. No shouting for help. No frantically waving your arms to get attention. A drowning person is often completely silent. Totally quiet. Because at that moment, the body's entire energy is focused on one single thing: breathing. Every muscle, every reflex, is working toward just one goal: staying alive by any means possible. When the drowning process begins, the first thing that happens is the nose and mouth go below the water. At this moment, the body puts all its strength into just one goal: staying up, keeping the head above the water no matter what. Here, a reflex activates that scientists call their instinctive drowning response. In this reflex, both arms automatically press downward into the water, trying to push the body up just enough to get the head above the surface. This is a completely automatic reaction, one the person has no control over. This is exactly why a drowning person can't wave for help. People assume someone who's drowning will wave their arms and shout, but that's wrong, because at this moment, both arms are locked into doing just one job: keeping the body afloat. The moment there's a chance to grab a breath, the body pulls in air immediately, fast, and with desperate need. But if there's water in the mouth at that exact moment, it goes in right along with the air. Now something happens that very few people know about. The body shuts its own airway. This process is called laryngospasm. It means the voice box, located in the airway, automatically tightens up, so that water can't reach the lungs directly. This reflex buys the person a few seconds, but because of it, breathing also becomes completely impossible. The body can't do both things at once. It can't block the water and let air in at the same time. At this stage, the body isn't getting any oxygen at all, and carbon dioxide is rapidly building up inside. The brain slowly starts losing control. At this point, the brain can only process one single thing: panic. Just one thought: survive, somehow. Now something happens that seems completely counterintuitive, something that might surprise you when you hear it. When the oxygen deprivation reaches its absolute limit, the laryngospasm reflex that had been keeping the airway sealed suddenly gives out. The body simply can't hold on anymore. And this time, in one last attempt to breathe, water goes directly into the lungs. The very thing the body had been fighting to keep out this entire time now floods in completely. By this point, the person has often already lost consciousness. Because the brain isn't getting oxygen, a mild confusion sets in first. The ability to think clearly starts to fade. After that, according to some accounts, a hallucination-like feeling begins, as if reality and imagination start blending together. And finally, something strange happens: a feeling of calm. This is actually the effect of hypoxia. When the body senses that survival is becoming unlikely, it automatically reduces its ability to feel pain, almost as if it's helping itself get through this critical moment. Doctors and survivors who've come back from this stage say that in the final moments, an unexpected sense of calm takes over. This is the body's own way of minimizing suffering, once things have already become life-threatening. And perhaps the most surprising part of all, this entire process, from the initial cramp to the loss of consciousness, can happen in just 3 to 5 minutes. It happens so fast that most people, whether they're the ones drowning or just watching from nearby, don't even realize what's actually happening. Every year, millions of people around the world lose their lives to drowning, and many of them die for one interesting yet tragic reason: they drown right next to a pool or beach, in plain sight of others, but no one manages to save them. Because drowning isn't the loud, screaming event we've all seen in movies. This is exactly why lifeguards are specifically trained to recognize their quiet struggle, not just look for people who are shouting or making noise. If someone appears completely silent, is standing upright, and is simply trying to keep their head above the water, that's when you should realize this person could be in real danger. This story gives us an important lesson. The body's survival instinct is so powerful that it keeps trying to save you until the very last moment, no matter how difficult or life-threatening the situation becomes. The body never gives up, not until the very end.